guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool transfer news video where we will talk about the reports coming in. Liverpool can accelerate the Jude Bellingham transfer plans because Borussia Dortmund are interested in Naby Keita, and of course Liverpool want to sign Bellingham. We are working on the transfer for this summer transfer window if possible, but if not, then we are working for a transfer for the January transfer window. And according to the Express newspaper, Liverpool can accelerate the Jude Bellingham transfer plans after it emerged that Dortmund are interested in signing Naby Keita. So if you are excited about this news, make sure to leave a like. I'm still absolutely over the moon on cloud 9 after his Liverpool smashing 9 goals past Bournemouth and smashing their own biggest league win in the Premier League record, and also equaling the Premier League's biggest win record. And it was so close to being 10-0, and Liverpool were so close to, smashing the Premier League record. Let me know how are you feeling today in the comments below. Bellingham still has another 3 years remaining on his Dortmund contract after, of course, signing an extension last summer, but Liverpool are trying to bring in Jude Bellingham as early as possible. We are working on a midfielder signing, and Naby Keita, there are many reports are saying that Dortmund's interest in Naby Keita is real. The German giants prepare for another campaign in the Champions League, and they would want a player like Naby Keita to come in. If they were to lose Bellingham, having a replacement like Naby Keita straight away would make a lot of sense for them. Of course, we know that Jurgen Klopp said that the plan is not to sell Naby Keita anytime soon, but if that was the only way that Jude Bellingham could sign for Liverpool, then I think Naby Keita would going to Dortmund would be a brilliant solution for Liverpool, and I think Jurgen Klopp would change his mind if that's what it takes to bring Jude Bellingham into the Premier League. Then I think Naby Keita is a worthy sacrifice, because Naby Keita is still very injury prone. I thought last season, after Naby Keita had a great season where he was available for like 80-85% of the games, I thought that the injury troubles are behind him, but it's never the case with this guy, it seems. And the Bild newspaper is reporting that a part exchange with Naby Keita plus a lot of cash would potentially convince Borussia Dortmund to part ways with Jude Bellingham as early as this summer. And the Express newspaper is saying that Dortmund are unlikely to sanction a swap deal, but if their interest in Keita is significant, Liverpool might just have a chance of getting their hands on Bellingham sooner than they were expecting. So that is very encouraging news. And according to Sky Sports reporter Dharmesh Sheth, Liverpool will only make a move to bring Jude Bellingham in to Anfield if Naby Keita seals his exit ahead of the transfer deadline. And Jurgen Klopp confirmed recently that Liverpool are actively working to sign a midfielder before the 11 p.m. deadline on September the 1st. So Liverpool have a race against time. And also John W. Henry was at the game against Bournemouth, and when a Liverpool fan shouted at him, "Please John, sign us a midfielder," then he smiled and he gave a thumbs up. So he got the message, the Liverpool owner got the message that Liverpool should sign a midfielder. So hopefully that means that Liverpool are working on a midfielder signing. And Sky Sports said, I think that would depend whether Dortmund would be willing to sell Bellingham. That would depend on what happens with Naby Keita as well, whether Liverpool would consider selling him in this transfer window, or whether they are going to try and convince him to sign a new contract. I think Liverpool still haven't decided whether to give a new contract to Naby Keita or not. I think Liverpool are still hesitating, and they want to see how Naby Keita performs this season and how much he stays fit. That's the main issue, because whenever Naby Keita played, he was pretty good. Yes, he was inconsistent, he should have scored a lot more goals, but he was still really good in my opinion. And Florian Plettenberg, a Sky Sports Germany journalist, has revealed that Naby Keita and Liverpool will sit down for fresh contract talks because he's unhappy after discussions over a new contract have broken down with Liverpool. Keita has entered the final 12 months of his £130,000 per week deal. The big question is, does Keita want a significant wage rise? If he wants 150 or 200k, weekly wages. Liverpool might say it's not worth it. He doesn't provide enough value for Liverpool to give him that kind of contract, big contract. So yeah, let me know where do you stand on this debate. Should Liverpool give Naby Keita a new contract or not? And another report is saying that the January transfer for Bellingham could be on the cards if Liverpool dangle Naby Keita in front of Dortmund, and Dortmund would love to have that. There is a report in the Express that Liverpool can accelerate their Jude Bellingham transfer plans, and if Liverpool give Naby Keita to Dortmund, that might convince Dortmund to do a deal with Liverpool. I don't think Dortmund will sell Bellingham this summer, but maybe we can convince them to do the business. And I think Liverpool should get the Bellingham transfer done as early as possible, because if we wait for next summer, a lot of big clubs like Manchester United, Chelsea and even Real Madrid would be interested in Bellingham. If Real Madrid come in and blow Liverpool out of the water like they did with Tchouaméni, then it will be very difficult to sign him, because remember, Real Madrid are just offered 100 million for Tchouaméni and they offered huge wages to him as well, and Liverpool were just not able to match that financial package that Real Madrid put on the table for Tchouaméni. And if the same thing happens with Bellingham, then Liverpool could miss out on him. And there is a journalist who is already really looking forward to Jude Bellingham joining potentially Liverpool. And the Telegraph journalist Luke Edwards said, I would say in the next 12 to 24 months, Bellingham is going to be one of the most coveted players in Europe, like Erling Haaland was. Whether Liverpool can get him this summer, I don't know. But this guy is 19 years old. He's a key member of the England squad. He has done really well out of that move to Borussia Dortmund. That was a really genius decision to go from Birmingham to Germany when a lot of English teams wanted him. He has played every week and he has grown as a footballer. I think he would be ideal for Liverpool, and they do need midfielders. They are having a really bad start to the season. It's no need to worry and panic after 3 games, but midfield has looked like the area where there have been weaknesses. Of course, this was probably written before Liverpool smashed Bournemouth 9-0. But I don't want to get carried away. Liverpool are still 5 points behind Manchester City. We are still an incredible 7 points behind Arsenal. I can't believe. After 4 games, Arsenal are already 7 points ahead of us. They started the season with a 100% record, but they have some tougher games coming up, Arsenal. But still, Liverpool have to go on a winning run now. Otherwise, Man City will just pull away, because I don't see Man City dropping points too many times. With Erling Haaland in their team, they just look incredible. And I really hope that Harvey Elliott's injury is not serious. Jurgen Klopp said that we took off Harvey Elliott at halftime as a precaution because he felt something, and then the tests after the game concluded that it wasn't a serious injury, because I can seriously see Harvey Elliott solving the midfielder problem at Liverpool, in terms of we don't have a goal-scoring midfielder at the moment who regularly scores around 7 to 10 goals from Liverpool's midfield, and Harvey Elliott, if he grows and matures and develops, he could become that kind of player. And Scott Parker said he worked with Harvey Elliott, and even though he was underdeveloped, he was so technically brilliant at just 16 years old that he had to bring him to the first team. This is what Scott Parker said. Harvey Elliott was a fantastic player. Obviously, I gave him his league debut at Fulham. I think one of the youngest players to make his Premier League debut, really. I saw the quality instantly when he came in with us, really. He was a 16-year-old boy, straight away brought him into the professional environment of the first team, and you are always conscious and worried to see how you go from youth football, where you are playing against people from your same age, and then you come into men's football, where obviously there is experience, there is age difference, there is weights, there is strength, there is quality. As soon as Harvey came in, I could tell at that moment, while he was probably underdeveloped physically, technically, his football brain and how he worked, he was able to survive, really. And that's why Liverpool signed him. I think that was a brilliant transfer decision by Liverpool to bring him in, and the rest is history. Harvey Elliott could turn into one of the biggest bargain buys in Liverpool's history, because he could seriously turn into a £100 million footballer. And Michael Owen has said that Mo Salah not getting a goal and missing some chances is actually going to benefit Liverpool somehow. Let's hear him out. He said going a couple of goals ahead in the first minutes was the perfect start, and then we've got certain players, there's certain teams when they score a few, you think they will ease off now, but when you got people like Mo Salah that still didn't get on the score sheet, and he didn't all game, you think, you know what, they are going to keep going here because they are all hungry for goals, and you just knew it was going to be a big score. Yes, after like 10-15 minutes you could just feel that this could be a really big score line, because Liverpool were really in the mood. And Jurgen Klopp is already looking at the Newcastle game, and I think we have to win that if we want to really progress this season. He said 9-0 is a strange result. It will not happen often with the combination of the weather we had today. And it will probably never happen, this result again. It would be too much coincidence, but it is very important. It was needed. It was not that we worked less in the last 8 weeks. We were all in a really good mood. We really liked what we saw most of the time, but then we didn't get it on the ground, we didn't get the results and the rewards for it. You have to turn a few other screws, but that's the job. When it then works out like today, it's fantastic. Everybody should celebrate today. Let's go out, have a nice weekend, great. But we are very close to Newcastle already, but this is a perfect weekend, and let's focus on the Newcastle United game after we celebrated this victory, of course. And Jurgen Klopp was very, interestingly said that if I see positive things in a 2-1 defeat to Man United, people think I'm gone mad. Think this game was a little bit more us. We should have won this game. I don't say that about all games against United. This specific game, we really felt we came short. There was something to build on, but it is difficult to get that from a thing and a result like this. So it's better to ignore it completely and use it as a negative experience. Did we see it coming? No, neither last week nor today, but it is not out of this world that we lose to Man United 2-1, especially when we don't play at our highest level. That can happen, and it's very likely to happen. And for today, I wanted the start we showed. We cannot give guarantees for results, but I expect we give guarantees for performance levels, and today we started like that, and we need to continue like that. We need to really put in performance after performance like this, because Man City are relentless and we need to catch them. And I love that even at halftime when Liverpool were 5-0 up, the message from the senior players like James Milner, Jordan Henderson was to keep going, to not stop. We kept going, we stuck to the game plan, and results show it. And Fabio Carvalho, he will be a baller. I'm so happy that he got his first goal at Anfield. It's really, really awesome. And Jurgen Klopp said that Liverpool had to prove a point for ourselves against Bournemouth. I think that we did that, and I really look forward to the rest of the week where we play, I think, Newcastle and then Everton. So those are two really, really big games. Already looking forward to it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Good night.